What's going on, boys? We got Mark in here, Brick Flair in here, Scott in here. Sorry I'm a little late. It's my little sister's 32nd birthday. She lives in Arizona. Don't get to talk to her too much. I was FaceTiming her. Conversation went a little long. Sorry about that. Again, we got an hour here. I got an hour to do. So got some NBA bets here that I gotta watch at 6:15 and then order a pizza for the big game tonight. And week 8 is almost done, gentlemen. Week 8, we're halfway through the year. Fucking wild. Thank you. She is an angel. She's awesome. My little sister. She's amazing. So, anyways, what do we got here? Let's see. I like this comment from Scott. Someone start playing the Price is Right music. Damn straight. Damn straight. Let's go through some of the bets here. In case you haven't seen them, I'm gonna put them up a couple times through the show. Tonight's bets, we got Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt over 4.5 receiving yards. It's a weird one. It's kind of similar to my Cam Ward one, which I lost, but he has a couple games of like 25 receiving yards, and it's about getting the snaps. He's not going to play passing downs, but he can get receptions on first and second down. Mariota does tend to pull the ball down a little bit, but I do recall, if you think back to Cam Scatterbo's first game when Tyron Tracy got hurt against the Chiefs, Monday Night Football, Scatterbo had like 70 yards receiving. And Xavier Worthy over 45.5. Now, this has gone up to 47. I still like it at 47. You know, Tyquan Thornton's been getting all those deep shots in, the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think Worthy's due for one of those deep shots. That's why I'm placing it. I don't like the catches number. I don't like the volume, really. But he seems to be getting healthier, and Rashee Rice is going to be the attention of get the attention of the defense. So give me Xavier Worthy over 45.5 yards. Love that one. I forgot my notes. I had some stuff planned, but we'll just kind of go at the chat and we will figure out where we're going, the direction of the show. You guys usually do control the show. We have a Noah Gray for a TD tonight. I was looking at that. I was actually looking at first TD for him as like 22-1, but I don't think does he have a touchdown this year? Maybe he has one, Blake, but last year he had twice as many as Kelsey. So I know he's going to be on the field. If they get a 3rd and goal from the 2, he's going to be in the field for sure. So I do like that. Scott says the only way I lose tonight is if Pat Mahomes scores 84 fantasy points. You should be pretty safe. I have a couple matchups where I need like 24 to 27 from Mahomes to win. I have a matchup I'm down like 30, and I have Butker and Mahomes. That should be solid. So as long as Pacheco doesn't get all those rushing scores, I think we're good. I think we're Gucci, brah. We're Gucci. Gucci. Everybody going to be betting Kelsey. Would be a good sprinkle for Gray. Yeah, dude, that's a really good call. Everyone always bets Kelsey, except for Taylor Swift. Anyways, I'm going to bring a couple things up here that I thought were fucking hilarious. Well, this one's hilarious. Last night at the game, look at this dude, man. Look at this guy. Like, you got those people that fucking like paint their faces and like go all out. Like, why? Why do grown men do this? Like, I don't know. I don't know if there's a single bigger football fan in the world than me. Now, there's bigger fans of their teams. I'm a Bears fan, but I'm not like this. But like, in no world would I ever paint my face and dress like this as a grown man at a sporting event. Because we all know if you watch Seinfeld, the face painter episode, because it's pretty appalling when someone paints their face. Just thought it was funny. I saw this on Twitter, and it was just fucking hilarious. What else do we have here? This was something I found entertaining as well. Kind of crazy is Chuba Hubbard, man. So last night I was going off kind of on how bad Chuba Hubbard is and how good Rico Dowdle is. If you notice, Rico Dowdle is all the way up there by Jonathan Taylor, and Chuba Hubbard is like the bottom of the barrel on this chart. You see all the dots there. Chuba, you can't get much worse right now than Chuba. So, and I know the coaching, I don't know if you saw the report today, the coaching staff said something along the lines of, we got to find ways to get Rico the ball more. We got to reevaluate. Let's just hope they do, because they were humming with just Rico there. Ever since Chubas came back, they have not been humming. They lost both games, I believe. So give me Rico Dowdle. I'm not worried about Rico Dowdle. It was a shitty game, 52 yards rushing on 8 carries, really good yards per carry, but no catches. So I think Chuba's going to have a role. I think that's my prediction. Chuba will have a role. Chuba will be the short yardage back and possibly the goal line back. But at least you're going to get Rico between the 20s, 65, 70% of the time. That's what they should do. And sprinkle in, maybe rotate goal line series with the guys. But that's what they really should do if they want to, be smart. Also, I want to highlight Zay Flowers here, man. Zay Flowers Buy low right now on Zay Flowers. 55 targets this year, and the next closest Raven has 30. Averaging career high marks in almost everything, and he has back-to-back near like 1,000-yard seasons. 49 straight targets without a touchdown. So that's positive regression right there, folks. That's going to be coming his way. He's never been a touchdown guy, but he should have a touchdown every 2 or 3 games. He's not having any touchdowns, and Lamar is back, most likely back Thursday night. So, man, I'm a big fan of buying low on Zay Flowers right now with the Ravens offense appearing to be, back to normal. So give me all the Ravens, man. Saw a Vikings guy like that on Thursday. Felt bad for the guy. Like, why? Like, is it to get on TV? But here's the thing. If you get on TV, you can't really see who you are. So you know what? I'm thinking about, remember the whole controversy that happened with the Coldplay concert, the CEO and the chick that got fucking like had to resign and shit because they were having affairs. Why didn't they go to the Coldplay concert dressed and face painted? Because you got no worries of Jumbotron or someone seeing you because you're, essentially like in a Halloween costume. So in the future, if you're going to do something like this, like that they did, the CEOs did, do what that guy did, right? I'm going to put the picture up one more time. So the CEO and everything that busted that Coldplay concert, like, let's do that. Let's do that. And then the kiss cam or whatever won't get you. It won't get you. And Scott with a great comment here. Her face definitely got painted. Damn straight, man. Yeah, he's probably busting inside of her too. Blake, Rashard Smith also has his lowest odds of the season for a TD. I'm pretty sure he's like plus 280. Yeah, that's probably because the news of Kareem Hunt's playing. I think Kareem Hunt's playing, right? So that's solid. I like that too, especially in garbage time, right? At like 10-point line, 10.5-point line. They showed that they want to get the reps. They want to get the kid the reps. So if it is a, let's say 31-13 game in the fourth quarter, we can say that we think Rashard Smith's going to be on the field, and the Chiefs will run up the goddamn score. They will do it. They've been doing it this year. What's going on, Mouth? Blake, can we talk about how ugly Pittsburgh's unis were last night? Those were awful. I was watching it with my wife, and she's like, I don't know if I like those uniforms. I haven't decided. I'm like, no, they're bad. Like it looked like pajamas. What are you doing? Pittsburgh, you're a proud franchise. Don't be running out these like throwback uniforms are one thing. Those are just ugly, man. Like who's buying those? That a lot of times they just pull out limited uniforms and like the specialty uniforms because all like the big fans, like the face painter dude, will just buy it because it's something different. Who's buying that? Because that's ugly, dude. Like that's gross. I would never do that. Scott says Packers unis were worse. They were both bad. I think that the Steelers ones were the fucking worst things I've ever seen. Worst things I've ever seen. Speaking of the Packers, I got to play a little meme here. Courtesy of Sports Memes Channel. That is Matt's channel, a.k.a. Poker Guts in the Discord. He changed his name in the Discord too. But if you've been seeing him on the Discord, you're in the Discord. If you're not in there, what are you doing? Get on there. Subscribe to his channel. Go to his YouTube channel and hit that for us because it's really, really good. Here's a little Packers one for you guys.
Coach, can we get out of here? It smells like bleach and fear.
No, I want it confusing who catches passes each week.
Bro, what are you talking about?
We can't even move in here.
My fantasy opponent's got all 3 of you. I'm not letting him win.
That's evil, Coach.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm just going to play the Cam Scatabo one more time just because I'm a big fan of this one. And I rip Cam Scatabo. I'm super sad about him being out.
Come on, Coach, put me back in.
Cam, your ankle's broken.
Just snap it back on, twist it or something. It's fine. I want to break some stuff.
This is why we drafted you, Cam.
That's Sports Memes Channel on YouTube. Check it out. Give him a sub at least. I mean, you're going to see him in the Discord, but like, more subs he has, more likes in the videos, it's going to help him grow and get the algorithm. And we like Matt. He's helping me out, so I want to help him out. We're still having a uniform argument here about who had the worst uniforms. Who are your guys' favorite uniforms in the NFL? I'm going to nominate, this might be chalk, the powder blue Chargers ones, I think are the best in the NFL. Like, I think that's like the cool, like if you're just like wanting to wear a jersey, regardless of your fandom, it is the powder blues, the Chargers powder blues, because man, those are hip. If you're into hip hop, they're hip. If you're into country, they're hip. If you're white, if you're black, if you're gray, you're brown. If you're purple, I don't give a shit. Also, we don't discriminate on this channel against anyone, any age, any color, any country. Anyone's welcome. Everyone and anyone is welcome, gentlemen. So, I didn't put my parlays up, but I do have Navy Chargers. I could pull them up on my phone here. I don't have them. Let's see. Definitely placed a couple. I was pretty light on the parlays tonight. I didn't get a lot of boost. I only do parlays when I get boosted, man. I'm not a sucker. Like, parlays are for suckers, but let's see what we have here. This is an NBA. Oh, here we go. Oh, I just parlayed both my picks. I do like so the JCM bet. That is definitely a big ladder potential because JCM, for instance, for 60 plus receiving yards. I know that's a lot for a guy that's over under 6.5, but it's 36-1. That just takes one long screenplay to get. 50 plus is 22-1. 40 plus is 13-1. 25 plus is pretty much it's plus 465. So JCM for 25 plus receiving yards plus 465. Throw $10 on that. I'm into that. What's going on, Garrett? Would you trade Brees for Kyron? Yeah, I want Kyron over Brees, 100%. Give me the starting running back on a better offense. And Garrett, the biggest thing that I'll say is if Blake Corum's available in your league, like get Blake Corum, also get Isaiah Davis. And I would love to do that trade. And then if you could get Blake Corum and Isaiah Davis, you might just end up getting the starter for the Jets anyway when they trade Brees Hall. You have Kyron and you have Kyron and you have Isaiah Davis. So what do you guys think in the chat for Garrett? You would trade Brees for Kyron, right? I know Kyron's coming off some rough games. The last game was just wacky in London. Like, Matt Stafford had 5 touchdown passes. And I will say this, Kyron Williams scored on that play. It was the second touchdown, I believe, of the game, or third touchdown, the second quarter. That was a touchdown. And of course, it's second and goal from the half, literally like the 4-inch line. And they throw a little pass to Devontae Adams. So Kyron Williams' numbers have been better. He's played better than his numbers would suggest. And Blake Corum was getting more run early in the year. He's not getting as much now. So I'm definitely in for that trade, man. Give me Kyron over Brees. I guess, yeah, I'm trying to think any world where, like, where could Brees Hall go where I would like him more than Kyron? And if Pacheco were to, like, tear his ACL tonight and the Chiefs traded for him, okay, then I might want Brees Hall over Kyron in PPR, that is. That's about the only way. As currently constructed, the Jets have 2 games this year where they've scored like 38 points, 39 points. They also have a bunch of games where they've scored less than 7. So the Rams are a machine right now. So what's going on, Wally? Oh, yeah, it was a good stream last night. Ray was a little fried, but he had a long weekend, so we'll give him a pass on that one. And again, we all love Big Ray. So Big Ray is a very, very great man, very entertaining, actually really good at fantasy, really good at fantasy. He doesn't come off like Story in terms of, Story sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and he does know. Ray actually is very good at fantasy. If anyone's doubting Ray, which you shouldn't doubt him. I mean, he's beaten me the last couple of years in the championship or the semifinal. But this year I'm gonna destroy him. Everything good, Wally? Anyways, I got to shout out Wally here. I'm going to shout him out. A couple others. Some of the new Patreons here. Let's get your question done here first, Garrett. Going to try to get it done. Davis and Corum both on waivers. Let's go. Yeah, Wally, give it to me, man. I'm going to shout you out here on the Patreon while I wait for your question, Wally. So, if you're not in the Patreon, what are you doing? That means you're not in the Discord, most likely, unless you're an OG. Shout out some of the names. It's growing. I appreciate all the support here. We have CK, Scott, Logan, Mouth, John, Braden, Wally, Cruz, Derek A, Marcus T, the Fanatics tier. This is the highest tier. You guys are the shit. That's why you're coming on the show as guests. Mark, Jason, J-Bob, and Matt. Shout out to you guys for keeping the lights on here. And also have another announcement. I just ordered the new hats. So the new hats should be here in a couple weeks. So one of the perks there, one of the perks in the semi-pro tier right here is a $10 tier, and the one ahead of that, get this perk. Well, once a month, I'm giving away free merchandise. Early on, all I can get is hats. They're nice hats, though. Once a month, man, and there's not many people in the Patreon. So, probably next month I'll give away a hat, and then December I'll give away a hat, and then January I'll give away a hat. And there's only, 8-9 people that qualify. You might get a chance to get a free hat. I will ship it to you take the cost of shipping out of my pocket. Get a free hat. It's gonna be awesome with the new logo. So these are the old hats with the R2 logo, Rob Squared. The new hats are gonna have the new logo, and it's kind of the same color scheme. Pretty nice hats, man. So if you want to get some merch, if you want and free merch at that, get on the Patreon. Yes, sir. All good. Won my matchup big time, 174 to 117. Heyo. That's a I don't want to use the R word, but that's a throttling. How about that? What is your question, Wally? Garrett, if you are not in the Discord, I don't know if you are. You got to get in there, Garrett, because this is just pretty much like some of the hardcores in here right now because the time I'm streaming. Usually, they're late shows. But these conversations, these questions, all this stuff is 24/7 on the Discord. Love to have you in there, Garrett. It's a good time. We're having a good time. Definitely fun. What else do I have here? I prepared some stuff today, but I'm kind of scrambling. I still got, I got my new dog I just got. A lot of stuff. I guess I'll shout out. I will shout out Trade Fan. That is the new sponsor of the show. Got my own tournament on there. Got a promo code PROFAN, PROFAN. Super awesome site. It's like a new up and coming underdog. A lot of good stuff, almost like daily fantasy. The pick three, you pick 3 players. Their longest touchdown, it's only that counts for points. So if Devonta Smith has a 50-yard touchdown, you get 50 points. You pick 3 players. Highest points wins. Multiple entries. $3 to get in this tournament, and 157 grand prize. Top 4, I think, gets money out of 150 people. But second place still pays out like 100. So yeah, check it out. I've been playing it. It's fun. It's a good time, and just something up and coming, right? Everyone has an underdog, and everyone that has underdog, you can't get any more promos, right? This is a chance to get 100% of your deposit matched. Highly recommend that. Play against me. Play against Story. Try to beat us. You probably will, because it is a tough. It's a weird. It's kind of not saying it's luck, but the long touchdown thing. It's just a different spin on daily fantasy and player props. So definitely into that. I'm digging it. What else do we have? While I pour a drink, I'll just play a little, here we go.
This is what you do when a player gets a concussion on the field. Put him back in the game? You're fined $200,000. Oh.
It's Sunday! Let's break some stuff!
All right, Wally. Person in my league wants Kittle. I'm 6-2 and need a good running back. He's 2-6. He has Javonte Williams, Kamara, London, Nico, and Pittman. Any of those worth a trade? So you need a good running back. I would do Javonte Williams straight up for Kittle. Who's your other tight end, Wally? Do you have like Tucker Kraft or Tyler Warren or something? You better have. You don't want to just give away your starting tight end if you're not getting. It's not really worth upgrading at running back to downgrade at tight end, really. So let me know your other tight ends situation. Kraft, damn straight, baby. I mean, here's the thing. As you know, Tucker Kraft, I'm on record. He is my father. He is my brother. He is my lover. He is my friend. That is Tucker Kraft. It's a man that has every share of Tucker Kraft. It's easier for me to trade Tucker Kraft because I have so many of him. But if you can get more, I still think I'm at the point where I want Tucker Kraft over Kittle, but it's not that far off with Brock Purdy coming back. If you can get more for Kraft, if you could get a Gibbs, if you could trade, depending on who are your running backs, Wally. So what I think you want to do is try to get Gibbs. And you want to pair up a Kittle or Kraft and one of your running backs to try to get Gibbs, because you're not going to probably get that done with Kittle or Kraft straight up. But if you have a DeAndre Swift, for instance, or you have one of these RB2s, Kraft and the RB2, he might need depth, guessing he's 2-6, might get it done for Jahmyr Gibbs. I know Jahmyr Gibbs just had an awesome, elite, awesome game in week 7, but he was kind of disappointing before that. So it's not like you're trading for Bijan Robinson. Gibbs is, a top 3 option, but you're also trading either the name value of George Kittle or the number 1 tight end in fantasy right now in Tucker Kraft. And you're not losing too much by trading one of those in tight end, and you're upgrading it at running back. So I guess you could do Kittle for Javonte. I don't think I'd do that. He's got JT, Rashad White, Swift, and Rico. You have Swift. So I think the trade is you try to do Swift and Kittle, or Swift and and Kraft and get Jahmyr Gibbs, dude. I feel like you would have JT and Gibbs. And you still have Rico and Rashad White on the bench. So Rico should be playable here going forward. That's the trade I would do, man. I like doing 2-for-1s. And also you get an extra roster spot to pick up a handcuff running back. Then you scoop up your Blake Corum, Isaiah Davis, pick up Tyler Algier, whoever's available, right? That's what I would do, Wally, is do a 2-for-1. Ask them. I guess what you should do is ask them straight up who, if it's a friend of yours that you can have a text chain with, who do you value more? Say, who do you value more? Kittle? Do you value Kittle more or Kraft more? He's probably going to say Kraft, and it sucks you have to trade Kraft, but you're getting Jahmyr Gibbs. That's good business. Kraft and Swift for Gibbs, smash that, because you're not losing much at tight end, and you're essentially losing a couple points, maybe, we don't even know, at tight end a week, but you're gaining Jahmyr Gibbs over DeAndre Swift. And Kyle Monongai's playing more, dude, so I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat about that? Because I like it. That's what I would do. 100%. Ooh. Oh, Wally, after that game last night, I'm sorry. It sucks to do it. Trust me. You're trading my father, my brother, my friend, my lover, and Tucker Kraft. But you're also getting Jahmyr Gibbs. And so here's what you should try to do. I would want Swift over Rashad White. Lowball him first. And try to do... Depends on who you value. Try to do Rashad White and Tucker Kraft. Try to do that. If he doesn't do that, whoever you value less, whether it's Swift or Rico, then go to, let's say you want Swift over Rico, then say, okay, fine, I'll give you Tucker Kraft and Rico. If he says no, then say, fine, I'll give you Tucker Kraft and DeAndre Swift. That should get it done because Tucker Kraft's the real deal. I would definitely do that one, dude. That makes a lot of sense. And actually, it's one of those trades where, I think you're getting the better end of the deal since you're 6-2 and you have a second tight end. But he might be winning that trade too because if he has no tight end, he's still getting an RB2 and he's getting a locked and loaded tight end one, like the tight end one, at least top 3 guy. I'd still rather be in your spot, but both one team doesn't have to lose the trade. He would be losing the trade if anyone did. I would do that trade. For sure. Hammer that one. Yeah, I would try. I wouldn't even do. So he also has Javonte and Kamara. I don't want any of those guys for Tucker Kraft or George Kittle. I feel like that's not enough, man. So I got JT, Brees, Marks, Lamar, Jamar, Olave, Brian Thomas, Marv, Kraft, Allen, JMO. So, yeah, but is Marks your flex? So let me go back to your original question. Yeah, so you're trading Brees, and they're going to have JT and Kyron. So no problem, Wally. So now what you can do is, who would I trade? I think Chris Olave. So Chris Olave would be a guy to trade. He's wide receiver 9 right now, and I love Chris Olave, and that's in the back of no touchdowns. But Tyler Shuck looks a little rough, so I might sell high in Olave. So you could do Keenan Allen and Olave and upgrade your receiver room. Because, you have your 2 running backs. So that's the guys I would look to trade. Keenan Allen, he's still maintaining some value. Peace out, Blake. Thank you for everything you do. Again, shout out to Blake, media manager on the channel. He's doing all these graphics and just helping me out a bunch. I couldn't do this without him, so appreciate you, man. Awesome thumbnails, as always. I would trade Olave and Keenan Allen. That's who I would do. So move those 2 and try to get a better wide receiver. Try to get Nico Collins, right? That's who I would try to get. Try to get Drake London for Olave and Keenan Allen. So find a team that has them that's kind of hurting at wide receiver, or just find a team that needs wide receiver depth, right? And trade those 2 for 1. No problemo, Wally. He's not in my lineup, but going to need to play him this week. No, I get it. I'm guessing you have a winning record with that squad, right? You have Kraft. Keenan Allen's been great. Fortunately, Jaden Daniels kind of blows, but you have JT. Oh, you have JT. You have a 6-2 record, dude, at least. So you have all the chips there, man. You have all the chips at the poker table right now. So I would just shop around those players. I feel like the guys I would trade. You have Jamar Chase too. Shit, man. So yeah, Olave and Keenan Allen. I'm guessing this is a 10-team league, right, Garrett? Is my guess correct? Thank you, Wally. Appreciate you. It is legit. Garrett, I guess Garrett's really the only one in here talking. You should get in the Discord. You got to get in, bro. You want like the whole community to answer your questions here. Like that's the key. We all work on these things together, and we can go real in depth on trades. Not just me. You get 5, 6, 7, 8 perspectives. The guests, the co-host in the show, all the awesome guys in the community: Blake, Mark, Wally, Mouth. So yeah, highly recommend that one. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel, Garrett. But 7 nights a week we do shows. I'm doing 10 shows a week because I'll do preview shows on the primetime games. I'll do a start sit Sunday morning, and then yeah. Oh, heyo. Well, Wally, you're the $10 tier, right, Wally? So you get more than that. You're gonna get free merchandise. You're gonna get the free merchandise giveaways. You get a lot more than just the Discord with the $10 perk. And also, you do help me out. Yes, I don't think ESPN needs as much help as I do. No, again, I'm not missing any meals, but I'm just eating shitty, if that makes sense, like ramen noodles. I'm kidding, man. I'm still eating fucking steak. That's where it's going. Yeah, so you're still rocking, there's a lot of perks in this bad boy. You get to vote on future show ideas. That's mostly for the non-football stuff. We do a lot of other stuff besides football. If you want to tune into that, we'll talk about certain movies, certain genres of movies, whatever. I'll usually on the Discord, I'll give like a list of 3 options, and you guys vote on a poll what we want to talk about. We'll talk about it. And Wally, you're also not eligible. You will be playing if you want to in our fantasy football leagues, the Professional Fanatics Fantasy Football League. So, and once this really starts moving here, I will be paying for 1 entry per league. So if let's say we have 30 people that want to get in, I'll do 3 leagues. And I will pay for 1 entry in each league. Again, it might be down the road. It might be 2026. We'll see about that one. Yeah. So once I can actually afford to do that, I would like to give back in that way, which in general, like obviously not everyone's going to win the free entry. Not everyone's going to win the merchandise, but like it will end up almost paying, especially with the free entry in the league. That's going to be might be $100 buy-in, might be a $200 buy-in. You can get a free entry and that'll pay for your year, essentially your year of the Patreon. So I need to have like 50 people in there for me to do that. But like, I will do that. Like, I'm a man of my word. So, oh man, 12 man's where it's at, Wally. That's where it's at. For many reasons. Right. But I prefer 12 because you can do 6 in the playoffs and you get bye weeks for the teams. You reward the top 2 seeds, which is nice. It makes, it separates the men from the boys. My leagues are 12. Typically my leagues I commish is 12 teams, 3 receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 flexes. And 7 bench spots. So like you're literally drafting like what people perceive as bums, where there's a lot of value, a lot of guys you could draft that could pay off on your team. So that's how you learn, and you can do 3-hour streams without any notes. Is you play 25 leagues a year for 10 years, and you play deep leagues, and it's just all up here, baby. I don't know where my fucking keys are at. I forget my dog's names. I don't even know my wife's birthday, but I know her. It was a joke. Holy shit. Wally said someone in my league said his buddy is in a 32-man league. I've played a 14 before, and that's almost too much. And a lot of like 16 is somewhat not popular, but there are 16. I've never heard of that. That is just so injury. Like, it's just that stupid because you're just whoever's team stays healthy wins. You get a couple injuries, there's no quarterbacks. Like, you get 1 quarterback per team. And what about bye weeks? Too much. 16 is about as max as you can go. I wouldn't go that high. I think 14 is fair, but I think 12 is like your standard. Like, that's what the pros play, right? That's what the industry experts play. 12-man leagues. That's the best. 12-man PPR, 12-man half PPR with a flex is, I think, the preferred. That's what my Fantrax leagues are. I add an extra flex in mine because I like to separate the men from the boys. And the key there is you always wait on onesie positions. That's what I did this year. I do have a lot of Trey McBride because he fell to me in the 3rd round in full PPR. But that's why I have Tucker Kraft and Tyler Warren and Dalton Kincaid as my tight ends. Like 11 Kraft. I think I have 5 Warren and 3 Kincaid, 2 Kincaid. And then obviously 8 or 7 McBride. So like that's how I get some pretty solid teams this year because I have like the top 4 tight end, and I spent a 9th round pick on him. And quarterback was similar too. Like Drake May's crushing. Unfortunately, I took a little bit too much Joe Burrow, which really killed me. Yeah, Story's back tomorrow. Story's coming on tomorrow night. Tonight I have tonight's stream, by the way, is tonight's stream is 10:45 Central, so 10 minutes after the game finishes. I got Ben Bartelt, my boy Ben, coming on for an hour. Then I have Ray to finish out the show. And if I'm feeling frisky, if I want to drink some whiskey, I'll do another hour by myself. You know, if the donations are coming in and I'm feeling good, I'll do 3 hours. So it'll be a fun show tonight, man. I like having multiple guests on in the same show too. Might have a little intersection with a 3-way in the middle. You get 20 minutes of both Ben and Ray and myself. I wish they put me in the middle though. I'm always in the top, and I am a top, but I'd rather be in the middle because I can be a top and a bottom. And like, if I was in the community, if you know the community I'm talking about, I would give and take because I feel like that's more fun, right? I just don't want to take or give. I'd prefer to give than take, but yeah, give me both, especially with Ray, especially with Ben. Ooh, me and Ben have a marriage pact. Anyways, get your questions in for me. I got a little bit of time left here. I want to watch some basketball, eat some food before Monday Night Football. I got some bets. I'm going to put my bets up here for you, gentlemen. I'm going to put my bets up here for you guys. Yeah, he's going crazy. Here we go, guys. Here's the bets tonight. We are crushing right now. We are 9-1 to start the year in NBA. 9-1, fellas, on these prop bets. All minus 120 or better odds. I'm not doing minus 130s or anything like that. Screw that. 2 NFL plays. I usually do 1 in these primetime games, but JCM at 4.5 receiving yards. That's just crazy low. He's going to play a lot of snaps. They need him in this game. And I know Mariota tends to pull the ball down and run. I don't care. And then I think this is a Xavier Worthy spot for a deep bomb. I think he's going to play more snaps than he has been. They're going to look for him. They need to feed that dude. So there's the plays, gentlemen. If you want to tail him, I'd advise it. Just do some sprinkles. I don't want you to lose a bunch of money. But actually, you're going to win a lot of money. So, thank you, Mouth. Appreciate you, man. Hey, everyone in here, Downtown Sports. 23 platforms, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, you name it, man. Everything but YouTube. Downtown Sports. I was just on the show last week. Dudes are legit, just entertaining, a lot of good knowledge, good banter. It's legit, man. And they had Ian Eagle on their show. I got to keep shouting that out because that's just like, I would, if it was me and I had Ian Eagle, I would just lead every show with that. And I'd mention it like every 20 minutes, I think. Just kind of like how I mentioned Tucker Kraft every show. Well, I picked up Jaden Daniels off waivers, but I have Indiana Jones. Jaden Daniels matchups for the playoffs look nice, but week to week, I'm not sure. Well, the next 2 matchups are tough. We don't even know when he's playing. So Daniel Jones is fine. He'll get you to the promised land, and then Jaden Daniels will finish you off. He'll finish the rest of the leagues off. The league off, that is. So, yeah, I like that, man. That's 8-man league for you, dude. You get Jaden Daniels on waivers because people don't want to wait around for him. Oh, hey. Hey, girl. All right, any last questions? Hey, come on. Let me know. If you're not in the Discord, if you're in this chat, you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? If you want to get in the Discord, this community, all these awesome people. I know it's a slow day right now. Weird time to stream. It's usually 10:30 at night Central Time. That's when the real streams are. Get at least 40 or 50 people in here at all times, talking football, answer everyone's questions. Awesome guests, 7 different guests depending on the day. That's what's up. Mouse House. Kenny Albert as well. Hell, we had who is that? Maya? Who's that? Jelly Roll Dalton from the 2000 Ravens. Now that's what's up. I do know that. That's Mouth for you, man. The dude is legit. He is legit. He is he's professionally trained, this guy. I just drink beers in this fucking show and give out bomb advice and make you a bunch of money gambling. At least so far this year. And I think it's going to continue. I have a really good read on the NBA right now, and the NFL has just been cashing pretty much. I think I've had 1 losing week in the NFL. And I usually do about 6 or 7 bets, 6 or 7 props a week. I have 1 losing week out of 8. This week we are, 3-2. So it'd be 500 or 4-2, depending on the nights. No, actually I have 2 bets tonight. So it could be under 500 if I lose both. I don't think that's happening, gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. I didn't recognize his first name. Did he have a different first name? Cheers, Wally. Yeah, 10:45. I won't be late for that one, I swear. 10:45 stream tonight. Multiple guests. Going to be a great show. We're going to look ahead to week 9. Talk a little bit about waivers. To recap, Monday Night Football. Still recap a little bit what happened on Sunday, yesterday. Because a lot of stuff happened. We got a lot of injury updates. A lot of implications there. Henry. There you go. I see. Sometimes I just misread these chats. Anyways, I saw some more people get in here. I'm going to put my bets up for these guys just so they can tail them. I don't have my record up there, but again, it's 35-18 in NFL. I'm player props 9-1 in the NBA. I love these NBA props. The Dean Wade one's weird because he does play 23 minutes a game, and there's some injuries there in Cleveland. You still don't have Darius Garland there. So he's been hitting this number, 9.5 points and rebounds. I like that one. And obviously, John Morant's only show in town right there in Memphis, and Banchero is the truth. And the 76ers can't stop a nosebleed. So, okay. Latte's back in here. I'm benching Warren for Kittle. I mean, that's fair. I think you need to trade one of them, bro. You need to trade one of them because you don't want both these guys. You're going to make the wrong decision every week. So trade one of them, find a team that needs a tight end, and I would probably trade Tyler Warren. You get the most value for Tyler Warren and roll with Kittle the rest of the year. Rest of the season, are we panicking on Caleb Williams? I'll do a two-parter here for you, Mouse. Fantasy and real life. Fantasy, I'm not because he's had a couple bad games. And I know his numbers are inflated because of that game against the Cowboys. I'm still not worried about his fantasy prospects. He will start running again. In real life, a little bit more worried, but right now there's just it's a disconnect between Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, right? I saw a stat today. Caleb Williams on his opening drives this year is the scripted drive, right? He's 82% completion percentage, and then the rest of the drives he's at 58%. So it seems pretty obvious that we have Caleb wanting to play off script, Ben Johnson wanting to neuter him, right? And make him this Jared Goff level quarterback. They have to meet in the middle. They have to find a way to use Caleb's skill set and also use Ben Johnson's play callings as a strength. And right now they're doing neither. So at least the last couple of weeks they've done neither. So I'm still hopeful. The last 2 weeks are disappointing though. I'll say that. Chilltown Lives, rest of season, Benson or Tyrone Tracy. I'm going to say Tyrone Tracy just because I'm not going to take the guy coming off an injury. We still don't know when he's coming back. I expect him to be back week 10. That's when he's first eligible. It might be week 11, but then you can't probably play him the first week. So you're not looking until week 12 to when you can really, really fire him up with confidence. Tyrone Tracy is going to be the guy there. Devin Singletary is just bad. So Tyrone Tracy is the play for me. I do think there's more upside with Trey Benson because I think there's more upside in that offense in Arizona, and I think Trey Benson's a better player. If Benson was healthy right now and that was the question, then yes, I'd probably go Benson. But that's not the case. We have hot take Brandon Ayuk as a league winner. Pick up now. That is not, that's a really hot take, but it's not a right take because Brandon Ayuk is in a crowded room. Kendrick Bourne is coming on. Ricky Pearsall's still not back. Ricky Pearsall will be there too. George Kittle, Juwan Jennings, Christian McCaffrey. There's just too many mouths there. There's just no way it's a league winner. He might be a startable wide receiver 3, maybe. If there's a lot of injuries that happen again, maybe, but not a league winner. What's going on, Marcus? Thank you for by the way, Marcus, new Patreon subscriber. Appreciate you, dude. Thoughts on JJ McCarthy after Wentz going out rest of the season? I can't believe they played Carson Wentz in that game. I know they needed to win it, but he should have been out 3 to 4 weeks going into that game. They played him, and that's probably his career, dude. He's also started 6 different teams the last 6 years. He looks rough. That's a bad injury, and playing through that injury. Also, I just want to shout out Carson Wentz for being a badass. That was a very Cam Scatterbo-esque performance. Man, I like I'll say this. I like JJ McCarthy in fantasy more than I do in real life. I feel like it's going to be rough. They're screwed this year because he's obviously not ready. The reason they held him out 5 weeks for an ankle sprain is because they know they thought Carson Wentz gave him a better chance to win, which is just insane. They don't have a lot of faith in him. He'll be slinging the ball, though, because they can't run the ball at all. Jordan Mason's toast. And Aaron Jones at this point is only a receiving back. So I like J.J. McCarthy in fantasy. Not a top 12 guy, but I have him in my super flex league. I'll probably be starting him most weeks. I'd rank him between 14 and 16 with some upside, though. You see what Giannis is doing in the NBA right now? I mean, he's doing what he always does. He's a monster. Tyron Tracy over Benson. Benson doesn't come back till the 9th at least. Yeah, that's the deciding factor. What I was saying is that they were both fully healthy right now as constituted. It's real close then, and I'd probably lean Benson, but it's close. It's close. I do like Tyron Tracy, man. Actually, I'm back. He can't trade Gibbs, but he said what for Kittle. I mean, I personally, you could do Javonte Williams, Wally. I mean, it's not as good as what we're talking about, but did you offer him the 2-for-1? I mean, if you want to do Kittle for Javonte Williams, Javonte Williams is a top 7 running back right now, and his job's not in jeopardy at all. Jaden Blue is not stealing his work. He's spelling him because Javonte is playing 75% of the snaps. Give me Javonte Williams attached to that offense, catching passes, scoring touchdowns. That's a fine trade. Not yet. Chill. He's not yet better than KG, but if he gives me 4 or 5 more years of this, let's just say 3 or 4 more years of this, he is better than KG. Yes. He's definitely he's a better player than KG. He doesn't have as good of a career as KG, if that makes sense, because he just hasn't done it yet. KG is a very celebrated defensive player. Giannis is awesome as well. Giannis is a top 10 player of all time, or he will be by the end of his reign. I've been on this very show. Doesn't sound popular right now, saying that I still think Giannis is a better player than Jokic right now at this stage, because Jokic doesn't play defense, not very well. Giannis is a top 3 defender in the NBA and a top 3 offensive player in the NBA. So give me Giannis as probably the best player in the NBA. He's just been overlooked because he's been buried in Milwaukee the last couple of years after that championship. Miles, San Francisco has no speed in the wide receiver room. I think Ayuk might be wide receiver 2 if he's 85%. A wide receiver 2. What about Ricky Pearsall, right? What about Juwan Jennings? What about George Kittle? What about Christian McCaffrey? That's just too much, to over wide receiver 2. Rashard Smith has 10 plus fantasy points today, and I'll come back tonight to stand on business when I'm right. All right, man. That's latte is cool. I can get down with that one. Hey, we got sports meme right here. Unfortunately, you came when I don't have much time left because I don't watch football games or the basketball games at 6. We are going to be tonight at 10:45. I've played some of your clips. By the way, right here, Sports Memes channel. That's the clips I've been playing in this show. You guys need to go to his channel right now or after this stream. Write it down. Put it in your memos, whatever the hell you got to do, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I'll get to all your questions here in a second. But it's really, really great stuff. You can't go wrong. I'm going to play. I like this one. Kyler Murray is a guard gnome. We hate him. Here you go.
Kyler, you still injured?
Ooh, yeah, real injured, coach.
Kid, I make millions! You're sitting in your mom's basement eating Doritos and Mountain Dew.
You playing Call of Duty again?
Just 5 more minutes,
I'm
coach!
cutting off your screen time.
No!
Very accurate. Very accurate. Again, Sports Memes channel. Check it out. I just need Debo, Mariota, and Bill to give me a combined 56 points. I know I'm dreaming, but what else? It's not actually a dream, because here's the problem is you need the Commanders to essentially score 28 points in this game. But here's how it could happen. The problem is you have Mariota and Bill. So if Mariota passes a touchdown, if he has a passing touchdown to JCM, and a passing touchdown to Debo, that's going to get you 12 just from those two. That's going to get you 20 right there from touchdowns. So Mariota can put up 25. That means you need 30 points, 31 points from Debo and Bill. That's doable. That's doable. I give you a 25% chance, maybe 20% chance, 1 in 5, Timothy, to get this done. You think Ibuka is a buy low right now? People are worried about his hamstring injury and him not being the same. I'm thinking I send Diggs and Higgins for him. Oh, I would do that for sure. I don't think he's a buy. It's a lower buy than it was 2 weeks ago, and it's crazy because it shouldn't be, because Mike Evans is out for the year. But Ibuka does not look particularly great, and I'll tell you this, Baker does not look good. These last 2 weeks are really, really, really rough, man. I still like Ibuka. He just doesn't look, he doesn't look like JSN. He doesn't look like Justin Jefferson. He doesn't look elite. He's just a pro. He came in as a pro, which was surprising because that was what he was sold to be, right? A pro-ready receiver. I'm not worried about him, but he has 40 catches. No, it's 34 catches through 9 games. That's not good in PPR. He's getting it on touchdowns, and he should have had another one. Baker overthrew him or underthrew him. He should have 2 in the last 2 weeks. So I think he's a fair buy right now. Latte, I never knew you watched basketball, and that's what I'm about, bro. Let's go. Who's your top 5 point guards of all time? Man, I'm going to put Magic. I'm not going to do any order. I'm just going to go off the top of my head here. Steph, Magic. Man, I should put Stockton in there, but I think Stockton was so fucking overrated, and so was Karl Malone. They were both compilers. And give me Gary Payton. Give me Gary Payton in that list. Who am I missing here? Let me just go to the list here, and that's a really good topic. Latte, I'm killing the NBA right now. 9-1 on my bets. So I big NBA fan, dude. Big NBA fan. As point guards of all time. I definitely want Gary Payton in there. Chris Paul could be in there. I'm not a big Chris Paul guy. I think he didn't win a title. You can put Jason Kidd in there. I mean, it's hard to put Oscar Robertson. I don't like putting guys that are just, way different eras. It's just so hard. So I'm just going to go like recent history. So Derrick Rose, top 5 all-time talent at point guard. Magic, Curry, Isaiah Thomas. I think I'm going to put Isaiah Thomas in there, man. And then I guess Chris Paul has to be in there. What do you think? Give me yours. And I'm going to put Gary Payton. I love Gary Payton. He would have had at least one championship. It wasn't for MJ. Colby says, you think I'll get 20 points, full PPR Rice? You should. I mean, he just needs if he catches a touchdown, you'll get it. That's the thing. Matt says, I need Bill and Worthy to get me 30 points. Half PPR, that's tough. Those are my 2 bets. I'm going to put these up for you. You're going to like my bets then. Well, the one of them is just weird because it's receiving yards for Bill. But hey, that's my bet. So I'm rooting right along with you, baby, to cash these bets. So yeah, let's root for that one. Yeah, Jason Kidd. Okay, Jason Kidd for sure. The nice thing about Jason Kidd is he actually the evolution of Jason Kidd's game. Like he became not just like a serviceable 3-point shooter, but like a pretty damn good 3-point shooter. You could maybe throw Steve Nash in that conversation just because Steve Nash, his impact, similar with Steph Curry, right? Their impact of the game was actually greater than the sum of their career. Good career for Steve Nash too, shorter because he came in as a little older, a rookie. But yeah, I can give both those guys the nod here. The immaculate season. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. Hey, 7-1's fine though. That's the week you want to win. You also don't want to go undefeated. It's a curse. I've had like 4 or 5 undefeated teams in my fantasy career, and I think I have like a 500% or 50% win rate on those, which you'd think it'd be higher because you went undefeated in the regular season. Riley, 10-man PPR just traded Rome, Chase Brown, and Shakir for CD and Hampton. Rome, Chase Brown, and Shakir. I'm down with that. It's 10 teams. I'm down with that. If it was a 12-teamer, I'd say I don't like it. I'm down with that. Westbrook, Scott, is so polarizing because, like, God, the numbers are just like, fuck. Like, people are going to go back and look at Russell Westbrook's numbers. Same with James Harden for that stretch. Remember that 2-year stretch where they're both averaging triple doubles? They were a little fake. The numbers were a little fake, but I love Russell Westbrook's motor. Always have. I respect the dude, but he's also like terrible in the playoffs. Like he cost Kevin Durant a ring just by shooting. There was games where like you see Russell Westbrook, he'd go like 11 for 30 in a game, and Kevin Durant would have 24 shot attempts. Wild. I'm 5-3 with Hampton, Neighbors, Burrow, AJ Brown. What's going on, Cheerio? I'm 5-3 with Neighbors, Hampton, Burrow, AJ Brown. Yeah, I might be getting lucky with Benson coming back. Do I move Vidal for a receiver? You're 5-3. You could. I mean, you're not set in the playoffs at 5-3, but you just got to go 500 the rest of the way. So I think you could do that. It's not about what you could get, Cheerio. You got to find the team that's losing that needs a running back. You got to find a 3-5 team or a 2-6 team, 4-4 even. That's running back hurting because Vidal is only 2 or 3, 4 weeks at max. Good, right? He's going to be a top 15 option for those weeks. But after that, what are we looking for? We're not looking. He's not going to help your team out. And also you have Hampton. It's nice security to have. I would trade him right now to a running back needy team and get your ass a Chris Olave. I always say Chris Olave because you can't get Chris Olave anymore for the value because I've been talking him up all year. He's wide receiver 9. Cortland Sutton, something like that. Curry, Isaiah Thomas, Magic, Chris Paul, Jason Kidd. That's a good one. We got Magic, Kidd, Steph, Jerry West. Jerry West. Jerry West is a goddamn logo of the NBA. It's just so hard for me to compare eras. So I just also can't speak on eras that I wasn't even close to alive for. And there's not a lot of footage of Jerry West playing. Man, Allen Iverson, dude, it's a really good debate. You know what? That seems like a topic. So this is why you got to get in the Discord, because we're going to have these kind of shows, sports time machine type shows. We're going to go back and we're going to talk about all these things, just the micro and the macro of NBA. I'm a big baseball historian. Don't watch baseball anymore last couple of years. Obviously NFL and these kind of topics, which is just really, really, really good. Peace, Wally. Thanks, man. Yeah, good call. AI should definitely have been mentioned, right? Correct. That is totally right, Chill. But we can't deny that the dude his motor is unreal. I mean, John Stockton should probably be on the list, but like I said, I'm just not a Stockton guy. I didn't see it. He just got a lot of assists, but like that dude, like there's no way. Do you think John Stockton could have played in the league today? I know that's kind of true about a lot of players back in the 80s and early 90s, but I just don't think John Stockton, he would have been he would be like TJ McConnell. I feel like John Stockton's TJ McConnell, which, it's fine. He's a nice little player, but well, no, AI essentially was shooting guard, but he was a point guard. He was, 5'11". So he was a combo guard. Top 3 best pocket passers in the NFL at all time. I think Drew Brees is in there. Yeah, I'd say Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning. Pete Rose should have never not been in the Hall of Fame in the first place. These are good conversations. Penny Hardaway was not a point guard. He did play point guard. Like, he played some point guard, but he was not a point guard. I'll say this. Drew Brees has top 3 numbers of all time, period. I don't know if I want to put him. I can't put him ahead of Aaron Rodgers. Like, absolutely not. Eye test, man. Eye test. Anyways, I got a couple more minutes. I'll answer a few more questions. If you did not subscribe to the channel, I have 0 subscribers on this video. I know there's not been many people in here. A lot of you are already subscribed. What are you waiting for? If you're subscribed and you are not in the Discord, you got to get in the Discord. These conversations going 24 hours a day. We got 50 people in there right now. Different channels for different things. A lot of really like-minded, awesome individuals. I can't thank you guys enough for keeping it positive. There's been some heated debates in terms of sports stuff, but no one brings up politics or any bullshit like that. It's fucking great, man. And that's what I'm about. So that's what I'm going to keep going. Thoughts on SGA and his fouls that he draws? I don't like it. I mean, he's not as bad as James Harden flopping at the 3-point line for that stretch. SGA, I mean, hey, he's exploiting the rules is what he's doing. But the point is, they're the rules. So until they change the rules, everyone should do it. I don't like it. It's not good basketball. SGA is kind of a bitch. But top 3 player in the NBA right now, it appears top 5 for sure. Dude just led a hapless franchise to a championship. So again, I want to just say, rip to the Clippers for trading him for Paul George, because not only did they trade SGA, okay, they traded 3 first rounders and SGA. How's that trade working out for you? LA, disgusting. Yeah, bro, 10:45. Got multiple guests coming on. It's gonna be a great show. Ray and Ben. My top 3 quarterbacks of all time. I mean, it's Tom Brady. Number 1 has to be, and then I'm putting Aaron Rodgers at number 2 or Peyton Manning at number 2. And those are 2 and 3. And then Mahomes is probably going to be in there in a couple years. So it's top 4. It's Mount Rushmore right now, because I'm putting Mahomes on Mount Rushmore. Well, Latte, if they ban the tush push, not only is Hurts' fantasy value going way down. It's the Eagles. That's not their whole team, but that's a big advantage. I feel like that's a 3-point swing. You know how when in gambling lines, a home team gets 3 points, the Eagles get that 3 points based on the tush push because it's that important. So yeah, it's going to change everything, and they're going to ban it. Great point, Jay. Brunson's the same way. He is. Brunson might be worse because he's smaller. Like I feel like SGA is definitely a better player, but like SGA doesn't rely on the stupid flopping thing as much as Brunson. Again, I like Jalen Brunson out of Villanova. Love him a lot. I can't believe that the Mavericks gave up on him. He didn't even want that much money, so that's an L for Mark Cuban there. But yeah, I just don't like the play styles, man. No, Breeze might be at number 5 then. He might be at number 5, but I can't put Breeze ahead of Peyton Manning. You can't put Breeze. I know he did beat him in the Super Bowl, but you can't put him ahead of Peyton Manning. You can't put him ahead of Aaron Rodgers, dude. Like Aaron Rodgers is just that dude. Eye test, man. The numbers. He didn't throw any picks. Like he didn't have the system. He didn't play in a dome. He didn't have Sean Payton. Since you bet a lot of thoughts on the NBA betting scandal and the investigation, I mean, it's not new news. What they did, though, that kind of screwed everything up is they paired the Chauncey Billups poker ring scandal the same day, the same time they arrested both of them, which are not related, and the Terry Rozier thing, and the other clown that was like kind of linked to LeBron, Damon Jones or whatever. But it's not the first time. We were going to get through it too because the Donaghy thing, the official, we already went through that. That was literally playoff games that he was rigging to get the over, that he was changing the outcome of playoff games. And talk to a Sacramento Kings fan about that because they got screwed on a championship because of Donaghy. They would have definitely beat the Lakers and they would have won the championship. Shaq had a game where he had like 39 free throws. Like, Jesus. I don't have it loaded up here right now, sports. I got to load it up. I didn't see it until right before I went on. We'll be fine. I think the what they might start doing is limit the amount of player props, like not how much you can bet on them. They already do that. They're not going to have like tonight I bet Dean Wade over 9.5 points and rebounds. That's just such a random, like a seventh or eighth guy in the team. They're probably going to limit it to all-stars and overs, maybe not unders, because the unders are something you can tank. You can't really, I guess you could shoot up extra shots to get the over, but you could just fake an injury and get the under. So I think the marginal players might be limited in terms of who you could bet on, and it might be limited to more overs. That's just my thought, but it's not going to stop anything. There's too much money paired with these sports organizations, NBA, NFL, MLB, and the gambling sites. They can't go back now. There's just too much money. I will put it on there for tonight's show. I love Joe Montana, but unfortunately, man, you were tied to the first West Coast offense with an amazing coach, and you had Jerry Rice. So it's just so tough. Like Joe Montana, it's like there's a top 6, right? A top 6 or top 7, Marcus. So if I had to pick 3, though, I'm definitely going Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers. At least that's in my lifetime. That's just my opinion. Because it's hard. I don't go just on championships. Honestly, that's not my thing. They need to have a couple, right? Like if you don't have any championships, if Josh Allen doesn't end up winning a Super Bowl, I'm going to hold that against him. But the 3 to 5, or Montana has 4, Peyton Manning has 2. Like it is what it is. I don't think so. I definitely don't think the player props are rigged. I can go that. That's why I only bet player props. I wouldn't say the lines are rigged because there's just the players make too much money, right? Like that. And that's what the crazy. Terry Rozier has made over $100 million in the NBA, and he's fucking he's leaving a game to make $200,000 and counting his money. Dude, what are you doing? Like stupid. So I don't know. I'm a purist, man. I think that there's some chicanery going on for sure. And you got to be wary of it. But the lines, I think, are just very sharp. I think they have such a good read, and they have the inside information that they're arresting people for. Vegas gets these things before we get these things, before Roto World puts it out, before Ian Rappaport tweets about something. That's why Vegas lines are so accurate. Oh, thank you, Latte. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, we're on here every single day with many different guests. I do some of these by myself, but what player props you got tonight? I got you, Faded. Just so you know, today is the last day. I do release the video, so I always release a video at about an hour before the game, so around this time anyway. But in terms of early plays, you got to get in the Discord if you want to get these plays early. When I drop them, when I bet them, if I bet, I bet James Cook when that line dropped, it was 67.5 rushing yards. I bet that Wednesday night, technically Thursday morning at 4 a.m. And then it went up to 75. So when I post those in the Discord right when I bet them. So if you want to get the actual lines, these are all pretty similar. I think John Morant went up to 24. Paulo went up to 24. Xavier Worthy's at 47, but JCM is still at 4.5 receiving yards. So there's my NBA. There's my NFL. I got just like a couple more minutes left, guys. Any last questions? Again, I will be back at 10:45 p.m. Central with 2 separate guests, and it'd be a great show. If you have not subscribed, what are you doing? Get on that. Join the Discord. A lot of good stuff going on here, guys. We're only halfway through the NFL season, halfway through the fantasy season. We still got NFL playoffs. Yeah, it's 365 days here. No days off. A lot of stuff. Even when football's over, we got NBA. We got pop culture. We have Joe Rogan style forums, all that kind of goodness for your viewing pleasure, for those ears. Let's give you eargasms, baby. All right, last one here. Thoughts on the Steelers game last night. The Steelers defense is atrocious. It is atrocious. Start your players against the Steelers in fantasy. Do that. And then definitely start your quarterbacks against them. The Steelers are rough, and there's a reason the Ravens are favored to win the division right now. Marcus, Jordan or LeBron? It's really close for me, so I'll say that. It's going to be Jordan for peak. Jordan had a better peak. Jordan's a better winner. For longevity and career, it's LeBron for me because he's still playing and still crushing. Yeah, Frank, the Wade one was only available on a few books because he's playing 23 minutes a game though. So check your other books. It might pop up, although the game's starting right now, so you probably won't be able to get it. So appreciate you, Frank. Like I said, if you want these bets in real time, when I make them, get in the Discord. Details are in the description in the Patreon. Get in there. I'll get the email. I'll shoot you one and get in this community, man. Tim Duncan or Kobe? It's Kobe, but it's close. People say Kobe's better than LeBron. Is just crazy to me. But Tim Duncan's the best power forward of all time, and just the winning from Tim Duncan, Mr. Consistent, man, Mr. Consistent. All right, that's it for me. Everyone in here, appreciate your questions. Super good banter here. Love it. It was Dirk. I would say Dirk just because he beat the big three in Miami and they gave him no shot. And Dirk, that was a legacy championship for Dirk. I would say that Dirk's one championship is more impressive than two of KD's. I think Dirk's championship's worth 3 championships. KD's 2 championships are worth a half championship. So in my mind, Kevin Durant has a half championship. If you want to be nice, he has 1. But he joined Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson in their prime. He joined that machine, and that was just unfair. So that also sucked for LeBron because he would have won another ring or maybe 2 if he didn't run into the Warriors, the Spurs. Those teams are best of all time in my mind. The Spurs teams, especially the Kawhi Leonard Spurs team, when you still had the veterans and Duncan and Ginobili and Tony Parker. And then the Golden State teams were already legendary. Now you add Kevin Durant. Hungry Kevin Durant at 29 years old. Unreal. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to watch some basketball. I'm going to order some pizza, 10:45 tonight. We will see you there. Hopefully I see you there. If not, I'll probably see you the next night or the next night. Whatever. Love y'all. Stay positive. Love your life. Let's watch some sports tonight. See you soon.